Okay, next question is 10 over 15 minus 1 over 3. It doesn't matter if there's a subtraction here. We still need to find the lowest common multiple to make these denominators the same. So I highlight the multiples of 15 and I highlight the multiples of 3. And I look to find the first number that they share. And I can see that there's a 15 over here and a 15 there. So that's the first number they share. So this is the lowest common multiple. So now I know that the denominator is 15. Okay. Now I got 15 here by multiplying 15 by 1 equals 15. So I multiplied that by 1, and whatever I do to the bottom I do to the top, and 10 times 1 is 10. Okay, so for this one here I got 15 here by multiplying 3 by 5 equals 15. So I've multiplied that by 5. Whatever I do to the bottom I do to the top. 1 multiplied by 5 is 5. Okay, so now I have the same denominator. I can go ahead and minus the numerators. So 10 minus 5 is 5. I keep the denominator the same. Now I'm looking for the highest common factor. So I'm looking for the number 5 and the number 15 in the same row or the same column. I can't see a 5 in the multiples of 3. I can't see a 5 in the multiples of 15. But however, if I look at the multiples of 5, I can see that there's a 5 and a 15. So the numerator and the denominator is in the same row. It's the highest common factor because there's nothing else after that. So I just simply go ahead and divide both the top and the bottom by 5, and the answer I should get is 1 over 3. Next question, 3 over 5 plus 5 over 6. I need to make the denominators the same. I need to highlight the multiples of 5 and the multiples of 6. So I'll go ahead and do that. Multiples of 5 and the multiples of 6. I'll look to find the first number that they share, or the lowest common multiple. I can see they share a number. Let me just get rid of that if I can. Can't. Start again. Okay, so as I was saying, I can see that they share the number 30. That's the first number that they share. So that's the lowest common multiple. So I can go ahead and write down the 30 as the common denominator. So I got 30 here by having 5 multiplied by 6 equals 30. So I multiply the 5 by 6. Whatever I do to the bottom, I do to the top. 3 times 6 is 18. Okay, so I multiplied the 6 here. 6 multiplied by 5 equals 30. So I multiplied that by 5. Whatever I do to the bottom, I do to the top. 5 times 5 is 25. Okay, so now all I need to do is add these numerators together because I have the same denominator. So 18 plus 25 equals 43. I keep the denominator the same. Okay, so 30 goes into 43 once as a whole, so I write down the number 1. 43 minus 30 is 13. So the remainder is 13, which goes as the numerator. I keep the denominator the same, so your answer should be 113 over 30. That's your final answer because 13 is a prime number. We can't simplify this anymore. Okay, next question. Next question is, what is it? Here it is, 18 over 20 minus 5 over 6. I need to make the denominators the same, so I'll highlight the multiples of 20 and the multiples of 6. Okay, so now I'm looking to find the first number that they share. Okay, so I can see that there's a number 60 over there and a number 60 here. So as you can see, this is the first number that they share, the number 60. So that's the lowest common multiple. So now I write down 60 for both. Now 20 multiplied by 3 is 60. So that's how I got 60 here. So I multiply 20 by 3. Whatever I do to the bottom one, I do to the top. So 18 times 3 times 18 is 54. So I write down here the number 54. Okay. So over here, I got 6 multiplied by 10 equals 60. So I multiplied this 6 by the number 10, and whatever I do to the bottom, I do to the top. So I know that 5 multiplied by 10 is 50. Okay, so now I've got the same denominators. I can go ahead and minus the numerators. So 54 minus 50 equals 4. I keep the denominator the same. Am I able to simplify this further? Yes, I can. So now I'm looking for one number that goes in the same row or the same column. So in this case, I can see that if I highlight the multiples of 4, I can see that I can find the numerator and the denominator in the same row. So I've got a number 4 here and a number 60 there. So I circle both. Now this is the highest common factor, so I'm going to use the number 4 for both numbers. So I'm going to divide the top one and the bottom one by the same number, and I will get, so 4 divided by 4 equals 1, and 60 divided by 4 equals 15. So your final answer should be 1 over 15.